When I figured it out, I was insulted into the solution. And so I'm letting you know that your cravings and your problems with why you struggle losing weight has nothing to do with you. What's happening, YouTube? What's going on? And so, my name is Albert. The thumbnail, right? I'm serious. If you struggle losing weight, I'm gonna tell you exactly why, but it's a reason that you've never heard before because it's not out there. No one talks about this at all whatsoever. And so if you struggle, you want to tune into me because I promise that you're going to get some insights that you've never gotten before. And the way I'm going to explain it should be able to align you with being able to see how this is so. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by saying that today I don't feel well. Like my tummy got all messed up. And so I'm feeling dehydrated. And so the first feeling, the first impulse was to have ice cream. And so this impulse, it's not mine. It comes directly from culture and how I grew up. Why? Because anytime I felt bad, here's a cookie. And so no one talks about this. What the dieters and the nutritionists and all these fitness influencers, what they do is they talk about calorie restriction, lowering your calories. And so that would be fine if it worked. But most of the time it doesn't work. And the reason why those measures don't work, along with all diet fads, you can try them all and they'll work to a certain period. But the reason why they end up failing, which no one talks about, is that we're still carrying our cultural values related to food. And unless we take a really good look at how that started, then it'll never go away because we're still carrying the pleasure principle, the reward system of, have a cookie, or it's Friday, or it's Saturday, or I'm going to go out and treat myself. If we're carrying that, then naturally, if we get on whatever diet, when we lose the weight, we're naturally going to want to reward ourselves for reaching the goal. And what happens? Oh, yeah, now it's time to celebrate. I'm going to celebrate with my favorite ice cream, pizza, whatever, and stuff like that. And so that's the pattern just repeating itself. And so this is where all the yo-yo stuff comes from. And so now this is the problem here, which a lot of people can't detect. What's difficult to detect is that this indoctrination happened when we were 2, 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. All of this happened before we developed our intellect to speak. Because if you're a kid and you're looking at whatever social media, whatever television or whatever outlet, you're being fed all the commercials with the cartoons that's starting to gear you up towards eating the foods that make you happy, yummy for your tummy. We remember the songs. And so a perfect example, because I'm around a lot of kids, is that there's kids who elect pizza. I want pizza, I want pizza. And then the pizza shows up and they don't eat it. I watched this so closely because they're ordering it out of the excitement from the power of these marketing companies. So he's excited and he goes, I want pizza. And so he's basically just mimicking the excitement. But he freaking doesn't eat the freaking pizza until he developed a taste for it. And now he likes it. And so this kid here wanted only fruit. 3 years old, 4 years old. Now he's into the donuts. Why? What happened? This is where now you get to fill in the blanks. And so this here is the power of these marketing companies that reach you through all the outlets that they could reach you through because they know these guys are experts, man. These guys are so freaking into the expertise of being able to reach your stomach through happiness, through the cartoons, that to do a commercial, bro, I did a freaking Jenny Craig commercial back in the 90s or something like that. The budget was $30,000 for a 1 minute commercial, bro, or less. 30,000, bro. So these companies, they know what they're doing. They're paying freaking thousands and thousands and to air it. They're willing to put up that much money because the power behind it has a lot to do with the influence that drives a person from being one way into another way. Like what I said, that I'm 60 years old and I'm still carrying the freaking flux that because I'm not feeling so good today, I really crave ice cream, but it's not a craving that's coming from me. The craving is coming from, oh, feel better, here's a cookie, here's ice cream, oh, boo-boo, all that console, which the consoles that we do, if you can catch it now, because what happened to me when I caught on to what was going on, that I'm in front of the telly at 2 years old, 3 years old, and I'm seeing Tony the Tiger and all these freaking commercials, and that's what led me to eating the cereals. When I figured it out, especially that these cereals didn't freaking add up to health, I was insulted into the solution. It was such an insult that here I am, gullible, I'm innocent, I'm a child. And next thing you know, I'm freaking hammering all these cereals, freaking full of sugar. I'm freaking celebrating Fridays because it's Friday and Saturdays with food. I'm also rewarding myself with food. I'm also praising myself for being able to eat 3 plates because, wow, the more you eat, the better. And so all these avenues led me to being freaking so overweight that it got me sick. And so I've been at my desired weight for 8 years. Past 8 years, I celebrated 8 years, July 16th. So you can see that I'm freaking keeping track of what I'm talking about. And so I've been at my desired weight through noticing the pattern and noticing that these patterns that led me to overeating is the freaking root issue of the problem. And so therefore, no matter what fad diet I choose, I'll be successful because I'm strong that way. But as long as I'm carrying, oh, don't worry, be happy, have a cookie, eat, it's Friday, go out, oh, enjoy yourself, treat yourself. As long as I'm carrying that, I'm screwed because the day will come. The day will come. Like today, if I didn't know what I know, I would have fell right into having ice cream today. I would have fell right into it naturally because that's how I grew up. And so I'm following suit. And so I'm letting you know that your cravings and your problems with why you struggle losing weight has nothing to do with you. Because your innate self don't want to be all freaking out of shape, heavy, and struggling. If you're struggling, that's why I put that in the thumbnail. If you're struggling, then this means that you're freaking being tossed, you're losing weight, you're gaining weight, and you can't do it, and you're freaking struggling. And so the struggle comes from when you were freaking 2, 3, 4 years old and they freaking implanted the freaking driver that has led you, and then school, the food pyramid with school and what they serve you. And so you're eating like everyone else, and you're also being rewarded for all the things that they do in school. Friday, you know, the smart guy or the guy who's a good boy gets pizza and all that stuff. Then we carry this into our 30s and our 40s. And then for everything, we have all the celebrations, including Valentine's Day and Christmas and Thanksgiving, which is festive time, you know, time to relax, you know, put your diet aside and just enjoy life, because we associate food with enjoyment. And that's a big mistake if you want to get your weight in control. Like, I love the taste of food, of course, but I already know that I have to take a look that those taste buds were generated just like the kid who didn't like pizza, who likes it now, who turned his face over for donuts or anything sweet and he likes it now. That our taste buds were generated to gravitate to these freaking guerrilla marketers, man. And so they got me and they got you. If you're watching this, they got you. And so from this point on, I can't give you advice except for you to look at the patterns of your culture to see how it sprung into the patterns that you're eating. Because it could be the patterns of that you're bombarding yourself with food, and that's it. Bombarding means that you're eating when you're not hungry, but you have to eat because it's dinner time. And so your system is fine. But now you're going to freaking stuff food because it's dinner time. And so we hear that and our bodies think, because we learned this, that you got to eat 3 times or 4 times or whatever it is, your protocol, you have to figure that out. Because I figured out that 75% of my entire life's dinner never needed to happen because I'm always fine after lunch, but force the food down. And because I liked food so much, because I've been generated to enjoy food, wow, it's yummy, and to, praise the restaurants and stuff like that and the 5-course meals, I went ahead and freaking walked out of restaurants in a freaking food coma all the time, which meant that I was bombarding my system. And so if you fall into this category, you may want to look at it and go, wow, I wake up and I'm not hungry and I force myself because, they say so, science says so, or by 2 o'clock you have a really good lunch and you feel really good, and then you work out and you still feel good and you really don't have to eat, but you force it. Oh, because my body needs the nutrients, because your body needs a certain amount of protein. And all these reasons will have you inside the refrigerator. Like, I even caught a special freaking nugget, which is that when I opened the refrigerator, what was there, if it was going to spoil tomorrow, I will go and eat it before it spoiled. Meanwhile, I wasn't hungry. See, I caught that one. And so your job, if you hung on with me this long, is for you to catch it. Try to catch the patterns, how you've been freaking driven into your patterns of eating. I already gave you 2, the patterns of the times that are calculated, mechanical, not allowing your body to choose is one. Another one is weird things like putting like leftovers and then going, oh, I got leftovers, and you're not hungry, but you're like, well, it's there, so before it goes bad, let me eat it. That's another one. And there's so many more. The Fridays, because it's Friday, because it's Saturdays, the special occasions, the Thanksgiving, the Christmas, the New Year's, and your birthday, where all bets are off and you get to relax. The rewards in every single fashion, whether you reward yourself because you reached the goal and so now you're gonna go out and party. And so what you're doing is that you're setting yourself up on that roller coaster that you're probably wanting to get out of by saying that you're struggling with losing weight or maintaining a certain weight, and then you're stuck there. And so from this point, the reason why I said that I can't give any more advice is because my advice comes from the patterns that I've picked up and what I've realized and how I've been able to stay at my desired weight for 8 years. Now, you have to figure out all the freaking, like, whatever your age. You have to factor in your age and how you eat and how much you eat and for what you eat. And if you eat for social purposes, like you may be some type of an entertainer, and so then you go out to dinners a lot and that's where it's coming from, or a specific food where, for me, there's no such thing as any specific food that causes weight gain at all, because I could eat anything and everything, but my body will stop me from eating more because I know that no matter what I eat, if I'm full, I'm not going to go ahead and eat again. And so for me, food groups and food types, the way people say stay away from this and stay away from that, that's all not true in my case. I don't know about your case. Now you got to go and say, wow, this happened when I was 2 years old, before your language was developed. So now what can you do about this? You're struggling. And so you're caught within the system of happiness and embrace happiness, to be happy, enjoy, eat. You get married and you eat. The big festivities, vacations is always full of eating. You want to catch yourself how you set yourself up to go out and eat, but it has nothing to do with you, which for me became the insult because I wanted to have something to do with me. Not that I'm carrying patterns that I've developed through the system. And so because I am such like that and I want to freaking have ownership of this body here, I repelled immediately and I took action by seeking the patterns that led me into the freaking problem where I gained so much weight that it got me freaking sick. And when I mean sick, hospital sick. And so, man, I made something called Don't Diet, Fix the Programming, which I made 25 episodes that I'm going to put in the description. So if you like to further this, just to hear my nuggets, because I put everything possible within these 25 videos. And so if you freaking see this, because diets, it won't help you should know that. The system knows that. But the fitness influencers, they keep feeding you all they know. They probably don't know what I'm talking about. And so they'll make their cookbooks and all that stuff. And they'll go, look at this, man. I have a freaking book that can help you lose weight, which is fine. It's a perfect thing to turn to because at least it's a step in the right direction. However, if you turn into these measures and you're losing weight, but you're still carrying, oh, don't worry, be happy, eat and you feel better, it's Friday, it's party time, and you're still carrying that, or when you're sad, you turn to food. These are the things to look at and to catch yourself, like today, how I caught myself and I'm not going to have the ice cream because I'm not feeling well. And so it's dumb for me to go ahead and eat freaking junk food when I should be eating stuff that's going to help me get better. So anyway, man, I hope that you caught on to it and that you're able to see the solution from this point forward. Because right here it should be clear to you that go ahead, try any freaking diet that's in front of you, even ones that you invent won't work because it comes from the design out there. And the design is to freaking keep the body calculated, give you some type of protocol which is calculated, maintaining you as a mechanical, and your body never gets a chance to flourish. Choose for you, know when to eat, know how much to eat. My body does this for me, man. And the type of energy I have is freaking self-explanatory for my workout channel, where I'm always getting down and jumping and doing things that people half my age can't do. And so, man, good luck to you. I'm not selling anything. I'm not directing you to anything. I'm not sponsored by anybody. There's absolutely nothing I want except for you to pick up on how we've been caught before we can realize that we were caught. This is why no one talks about this. This is why no one knows about what I'm talking about. Because there's no way to freaking catch it because you're 2, 3, 4 years old. But I caught it because I'm around kids. And then when I freaking went ahead and caught this and put what I'm talking about into practice, yo, bro, I can have a whole piece of pie and won't freaking gain nothing. I've done it. I've freaking done it. Ice cream, pizza, I could do it and I've done it. But since my body is within a mode of feeding itself accordingly, I'm not freaking bombarding it like before. I'm not at all. So anyway, man, this chat comes to a close, and then to the next one.